So a year ago, we had a really long talk about woke corporations. I want you to evaluate where those corporations have gone over the last year. Are you seeing progress? And I know you're part of the progress to some degree. Or are you seeing a regression? Because some of the individual headlines are really horrifying, but overall, I do feel like corporations are getting the picture. A lot of their constituency, their customers, don't like what they're doing, but your take from the inside.
I think we are seeing progress. I think there's a few reasons why we're seeing progress, okay? One of those, look, I don't mean to pat myself on the back or anything like that, but there are new voices in the marketplace. It turns out, in my experience, take America's energy companies, which I've been personally very engaged with. When you bring a new view to the table, that puts the CEOs in a position to actually have more latitude without bending the knees to the BlackRocks and Vanguards of the world, because now they can say, hey, there's some shareholders over here who are saying I got to do this environmental social stuff. But there's other shareholders there who are saying I should just focus on my products. It actually empowers the CEOs to do what they need to do. So that's one of the new forces. And I can tell you about some of the progress we've had at companies ranging from Chevron to Exxon. Now, part of what's happened is we've also seen the emergence of something we haven't had in this country in the last decade: economic hardship. Okay, we're not in a zero-rate interest rate environment anymore. Interest rates are rising. Money is not raining like manna from heaven from on high. So you take an example like Netflix, right? Sure. This was a company that did a 180. Earlier this year, they said that, you know what, they're going to go back to prioritizing artistic merit, regardless of what their employees say on a given day. But look at the timing of when that happened. It happened after they resorted a disastrous quarterly financial report. That's when they woke up to say subscribers are falling off a cliff, revenue's falling off a cliff. We no longer have the luxury in that blanket of security, and a lot of the social virtue signaling was really just a product of excess. And so what they then did was to say that, okay, we're going back to the drawing board, we're putting excellence at the top of our cultural document, we're telling employees that if they feel uncomfortable with the project, they can show themselves the door and close their door on the way out. And now the company's been able to slowly, I hope, begin to turn itself back around. So I think that it's a combination of everyday citizens waking up and becoming more vocal, new market actors, new entrepreneurs, new voices. I'm happy to play a small role in that. And then also I think the economic hardship, the rising interest rate environment, that's not going to be a walk in the park, but hardship is not the same thing as victimhood.
Right.
I think this economic hardship could be a good thing for our culture, including corporate culture in the long run, if it hardens us and causes us to ask ourselves who we really are.